morning, everyone. We are talking about tackling your content. So, today, specifically for our neurodivergent entrepreneurs, we're talking about tackling content because that's one of those things that's really, really hard when you're neurodivergent, especially if ADHD is in that mix, especially if ADHD is in that mix, because there are things that have to be done for the algorithm. And I've talked about this before. It does not bow to your neurodivergency and your lack of being able to stick to a routine. I'm sorry. There are algorithms, there is science, there is data that has to be fulfilled for your content to do well. Now, do you need to do social media for your business? No.
It does help, guys. I hate to put an unpopular opinion out there, especially for some of us that are older or maybe just don't want to do it. But the name of the game in 2024 is social media.
Social media will help you get clients. What is social media for, Vida?
Social media is to provide value and to present yourself as an expert in your field. And so you are putting this stuff out there, showing people like, I know this, I can help you if you're struggling with it. Those are the kinds of things you're doing.
And it's also, we don't network like we used to. So I'm old school. I was doing business and sales long before there was social media. And yes, that makes me feel freaking old to say that. But you want to know how we had to do that? We had to create ads and put them in the newspaper constantly, in the penny savers, and in the local magazine thingies that would go out from the school districts. And we had to go to high school football games and be there in our cute little t-shirts with business cards. And we had to be there, excuse me, not t-shirts, polo shirts, embroidered polo shirts. We had to go literally door to door, office to office, store to store to tell people we existed. We had to take people out for coffee and take people out to eat dinner. We don't have time for that. And we don't live in a world where that is really a possible thing, especially post COVID. You have to touch your ideal client. And back then, it would take me 3 to 5 touches to land a client. Now it takes 20 to 30 because they're not as valuable as in face marketing.
That's why if you're ever able to go to a conference or some kind of networking thing, that's why it feels like you get so much more done, but it's because you're getting FaceTime with people.
So, how do you get FaceTime? Post consistently. And I know that this is really hard. And I have had other ADHD business owners and ADHD coaches tell me I'm wrong and I have no idea what I'm talking about. I am a marketer. I own a marketing agency. My clients do really well. I could take a client from if they actually do the thing and don't just pay to do the basics. If they actually do the thing and do the thing well, I could take them from $0 and triple their money in 6 months. And I don't care what the business is. When you do all of the marketing perfectly right, it's hard to do when you're a small business and you can't hire a set of hands to do it. There's a lot that goes into it. Is social media hard? Yes. But social media is necessary as a small business unless you can go face to face and get talk to people face to face.
We have this conversation with people quite a bit because Danielle and I help people with social media. And okay, do you have to do all the social media? You have to have an account on everything. And this is what I tell people. I make an account and capture your handle, the handle you want to use. If your handle is the neurodivergent teacher, go on all of the things, make an account and grab it so no one else can have it. And then pick one place that you feel like you can do well on social media and do it. And after you figure that one out, then maybe we can add a second one. Maybe your business grows and you can, like, the goal is to grow it so you can hand that off and pay someone else to do it. But I like get your social media handles and then pick the one that you think you can do the best and the most consistently or persistently and do that. So when I first started the neurodivergent teacher, I just did TikTok because that was where everybody was, or at least that's what I thought. That's where everybody was. And it was more fun for me to create content. And so I did. I grew a following there. And then you have people like, well, oh, you're not on Insta. There's lots of judgy people. So I found a really great tool called Repurpose.io. And I set it so anything I posted on TikTok was immediately posted on Instagram. That is how I did Instagram for like a year. Not because I was lazy or anything else. Like I just did not have the spoons to manage a second social media account. So I found things that would at least take the content that I put on TikTok, and it is an AI engine and that's what it's for. Although I think maybe is it more like Zapier? Repurpose.io is more like Zapier because
Yeah, more like Zapier.
you're setting up these workflows and you can hook all your social media to it. And so whichever one you're doing persistently the best, you can set it up to auto publish to all your others, or you can set it up to where you go in and manually publish to each one. But pick one social media, do it well. When you do it well, then spread to another one.
And also make sure your ideal client is on that platform.
That's a
I
big
mean,
one.
if your ideal client is professional women over the age of 45, don't bother with Instagram. Instagram is not your ideal platform anymore. It was at one point. It's not now. TikTok and LinkedIn are your platforms. If your person is under the age of 35, TikTok is good and Instagram is good. Know where your ideal client is and go there. Go where it's going to be the easiest for you to be consistent, because consistency is key with all of the algorithms. I don't care what platform it is. Everyone has its own rules as far as how you grow. So you don't want to post on social media and do it badly, because if you post on social media and do it badly for the algorithm gods, and there are algorithm gods, let me tell you, the Facebook algorithm gods, the Instagram, the TikTok, the LinkedIn, the Twitter, whatever. If you aren't going to do it and do it well, don't bother at all.
That's what I was going to say. And this is a tough one for us. If you're not going to do it persistently, I say persistently because I think we all have an ugly relationship with the word consistent because we struggle with that. But you can be persistent and you can try all the time. So, whichever one you're going to post the most persistently on, because that is a huge part of the algorithm engine. If you post some really great content, but you only post once a week, statistically the odds of you getting seen are low. So you're having to post at least once a day, 5 times a week.
At least. But if you choose to post 3 times a day, 5 times a week, then you have to do that persistently. If you want to, you can't. One thing that I see ND people do consistently is they have a hyper focus week, and TikTok is hyper focus this week. So they're going to post 50 videos.
But there are ways. So when I first started my account, I looked up how to build your TikTok, and it says to post 3 times a day. And there is a little calendar of times. You can find it with a Google search, it's there. And it works. I posted 3 times a day, and that was my whole goal, was just to post 3 times a day. It didn't matter what. I didn't have like inspire, education, I didn't have all that. I just 3 times a day. And I did that consistently, and my TikTok blew up. And then I ran out of things to say, and then I stopped posting on it for a while. So I've been stuck at 11,000 followers for 6 months, but I grew that first 11,000 in 6 months. So because I was posting all the time. But the other thing is too, I'm having to find ways to work around, oh, I don't have anything to say or I have hyper focus days. So on TikTok, you can record all the videos on those crazy days where you can create everything, and then you just save them as drafts. And then on your low energy days, you have this collection of drafts and you can dole them out.
And we just hired, and Vida knows how to do TikTok. We just hired somebody that is completely outside of us for one-time meeting. So not like this huge cost of money or anything, to give us a TikTok strategy, because we needed somebody to look at it from 1,000-foot level instead of being emotionally tied to it. And they provided us a whole entire strategy of how to use TikTok for us, and made us dial some things in that we hadn't dialed. We know, but we didn't on paper and make sense of. Do that. Because I know, like, if you want to hire me to take a look at your business and do a whole Facebook strategy for you, it'll take me an hour. I'll give you a whole entire Facebook strategy. We'll audit what you've got, and I'll tell you how to grow. So I want you to also keep in mind something else when it comes to your social media and writing content is, do you want to grow your business? Are you looking to grow your business? I don't understand what the point of having a business would be if you're not looking to grow it, but are you looking to grow your business to find clients? If the answer is yes, then you want to do what we're saying. If the answer is no and you don't really care and you're just, you have a hobby, anybody who's not persistent and consistent with content, you are a hobby business. You're not a real business. Yes, that was really, really harsh. And I know somebody's going to come, because I know there are two people in here who are going to come after me for that. I'm going to say that again. If you are not consistent and persistent with your content and doing things, consistency for the algorithm is very different than what you think it should be for your energy level. I'm sorry.
That's the kicker, especially with neurodivergent business owners, because it's like, no, I don't want to do it. Then just be honest with me and tell me you don't want to do it, because we can look at it from above and back. We can audit. But we also know, like for our own social media, we hired someone to do that for us that could look at it from afar and tell us what we needed to do. And she gave us some things that were, she gave us so many good things to work on. But at the same time, there are things that's like, you want to pout and you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. But that's what it takes to grow it. So like, we can be honest with you and we can tell you and we can audit. But at the end of the day, if you don't want to put in that, and it is a commitment, if you don't want to put that in, that's okay. You just have to tell us, but that there's an exchange there, right? If you
And
don't want to build that on social media, then it's not going to equate to followers and sales and in building your presence in the space with your clients.
so it really comes back to, and again, harsh realities here. It comes back to, what is the goal for your business? Are you looking to grow a business? Then you have to, if you're using social media, you have to follow what the algorithms want, not what you want. However, you want to learn how to do that in your energy levels. I'll teach you how to do that, because we have our good or best days. We talked about this yesterday. Our good days are just our bare minimums. Our best days are these amazing days. Guess when you should be writing amazing amounts of content? You could on a best day. And we all have at least 3 best days a month and or maybe one best day and 3 better days a month is a better way of putting it. So we have higher energy days. You have to be purposeful with those higher energy days to create the things that you can't do on your lower energy days. And that's what scheduling tools are for. If you are one of those NDs who has once a month that you can create 50 pieces of content, that's way more content than you need for a month. Awesome. Create them all. Do the thing you want to do and then schedule them out. Or if you like to create them and you hate scheduling things out, which I am very good at creating the thing and then not using it because I hate to put things in a scheduling tool. Hand it to somebody who can do that for you. Barter with somebody. Find somebody that will do the thing that you struggle with. It's probably been 6 months, 8 months now. In my previous program, we did a day trade-off day. Maybe we'll put these back in place where you do a trade-off day. What's the thing you're struggling with the most? Let's hand it to somebody else on our mastermind call, and they're going to do your thing. You're going to do their thing. And we all jumbled up, and somebody did the thing that somebody else didn't want to do. And everybody got their thing done. We had one girl on the call who's scheduling everybody's content. She loved doing that. She liked organizing it. She just loved doing that. We had somebody else who was creating everybody's Canva graphics. We had somebody else who was helping to write the content for every single person on the call and giving them ideas and giving them a line to start with to write the rest of the piece of the content and then helping them edit it and make it good for them. I mean, find your community to help you get these things done. Yeah. We can get way more done when we're body doubling and sharing our brain space together. So how do you be persistent, consistent with content in your business? Because that's the thing that is going to help you get recognized in social media. The other part is engagement. You have to engage with all of your content and other people's content, and don't engage with people that do the same thing as you. That's doing you no good. I love these. There used to be these Instagram pods that you could pay to get into, and everybody was in the same industry. What's the point of doing that and sharing each other and liking each other's content? I'm going to tell you, nothing.
Well, and a lot of people get overwhelmed with the engagement piece. And I have a really good strategy for that. So you pick 4 places or 2 if you're on low spoons day that you feel it is valuable for you to interact. And then you spend 15 minutes for each place interacting. You comment on things, you like things, like you just spend some time interacting, not selling. You're just interacting, you're answering questions and providing value. If you will do that consistently through the week, pretty soon people are going to start saying, like, oh, well, Danielle Ralston can answer that question. Or, oh, Vita Carey, she's the one that you need to ask about that. That's how that works. But you have to spend time interacting so people see you as a voice of an expert and not someone trying to hard sell them.
Exactly. It's understanding that getting your message out there starts to grow. Your message will grow beyond you if you are consistent with it. It is absolutely possible. Rebecca says, I'm good at scheduling and I'm not good at coming up with my own content. We all have that. And I will tell you, if somebody tells me what to post and gives me ideas, I was the idea person for years and years and years. I'm not anymore. I cannot do it anymore. Somebody tell me what to post. I can come up with it if you tell me what to do. You tell me, hey, Danielle, go record a video about content. This is done completely off my head. I can do that. But if I have to sit here and think of something, I'm out of luck. Completely out of luck. Understand where your strengths are, understand where your energy level is, and you have to be consistent in understanding your own patterns. And I use the word consistency because I want you to desensitize to it. Because consistency is not a bad word. It is not a 4-letter word. It is a powerful word when used correctly. Because when we are consistent in feeding ourselves, our bodies heal and we feel better. When we're consistent in our sleep patterns, our bodies can work better and work more optimally. When we're consistent with drinking our water, our bodies work better. When we're consistent in writing content for our business works better. And I want you to be able to grow your businesses. I'm here to help you do that. But you have to understand that there is a way that has to be done. And you have to find your community because ADHDers that start a small business, and I found a stat on this finally. I've been looking for a while. ADHDers who start neurodivergent individuals who start a business, 98% of them fail, but it takes them 5 years to fail, not the first 1 year, like a neurotypical. Why does it take them 5 years? Because they don't give up, but they're not making any money in their business, which means, what does this mean? It means that we have neurodivergence filing for bankruptcy, losing their homes, losing a marriage over trying to start a business and constantly funneling money, time, energy into it, but they're trying to always do it on their own. 88% of neurodivergents try to start a business completely on their own without getting any support or help. So if 90% of that 80 something percent fail, but it takes them 5 years to do it because they refuse to let it go, which cracks me up, by the way, because we are a very determined bunch. And I love that. But if you just got help, you could be in that 20% that has successful business. You absolutely can be in that 20%, 10%, 5%, whatever you end up being and where you get help. When we do things on our own, we set ourselves up for failure. It just may take a while to get there.
Absolutely.
It can be successful. You can create amazing content when you get the right help. Because let's face it, we're terrible at routines. We're terrible at consistency. So we have to have help to do those things. And it doesn't have to cost you a ridiculous amount of money. So I'm putting that out there and reminding everyone, we have a way to do this for $19.99 a month. We have created a space for you to get these things done, to have monthly planning sessions, to have somebody help you with the thing that you're struggling with, to have that brain space and energy space to get those things done. Take obtainable action. It is absolutely possible. And almost all of my ladies that are able to put time and effort into their businesses move ahead.
It's the worst part, right, of being neurodivergent. We just want to do the fun, shiny thing. But there are some boring things that you still have to do to move the needle. And we can help with that. or even to just identify the thing. What is the thing you need to work on?
Because understanding what obtainable action to take is just as important as actually taking any action. If you have any questions, please ask below. I'll teach you how to create a piece of content. I'll tell you what to do. Happy to help. Please ask the questions below. If you need anything, we are always here to support you. Have an amazing evening or afternoon, morning, whatever today is.